is coming up next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League welcomes you to South America and one of the world's most populous cities, vibrant Sao Paulo in the southeast region of Brazil. Good to be with you. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson here in the booth. Greg, we got a couple of teams that love to throw the football, and you know how guys say, hey, we're not going against the other offense. We're going against the other team's defense. Greg? Here's the veteran Will Lutz to get us going. And off we go from here in Sao Paulo. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. The Rams offense taking the field for the first time. They're led by former #1 overall pick and Super Bowl champion with the Rams, Matthew Stafford.
Stafford was one of those guys, Mike, that I think through the first half of his career was probably the most underappreciated quarterback in the entire league. The talent was always undeniable. But what he was constantly discredited for was just the fact that he was on some really bad teams that were left to play really irrelevant football down the stretch. Immediately changed that narrative the second he joined a championship roster. Now, he's just trying to see if he can add some more hardware to that resume and solidify that legacy even further.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. First carry here for Kyron Williams. And that one going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing it and dropping him for a loss. Now a timeout Rams. That's number 2.
Penetration is the key to run defense. Stop the running back before he has a chance to get started. That's exactly how it played out here.
So they go backwards on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 13. They'll fake the handoff now, Stafford. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through, and it's going to bring up a third down.
The pass protection's been a little bit shaky at times, and that was the case there. And even though they're not going to go down for allowing a sack, it was allowing the pressure that ultimately prevented that pass from being completed.
That's to the sideline and intercepted. That's the linebacker, Cody Barton.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike, they've got to identify what went wrong, let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
Here comes the Denver offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be led by the man from Oregon who started his career at Auburn, quarterback Bo Nix.
Well, it didn't take long for Bo Nix to establish himself as a bona fide starter in this league, winning the position with the Broncos as a rookie. He has all the intangibles, but really what sticks out the most, Mike, is the amount of starts he made in college. It's kind of similar to Brock Purdy. Very experienced at the college level. Let's see how that carries over here to the NFL level.
On second down, it's Nix. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. The Rams have it.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball.
And remember now, all turnover.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. A give, left side. Here's Williams. Took that one outside, waiting for that cutback lane, but it never developed. No gain on the carry. Second down. Nix. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
He'll take a shot with Mims. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line. They'll run. It's Williams. Good blocking, and he's in. Javonte Williams. Touchdown, Denver. Will Lutz now for the PAT. His kick is good. The Broncos will take a 7-0 lead. So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. The Rams offense ready to possess the football for the second time. They had that pick on the opening drive that led to a touchdown. So 7-0 the deficit as they get the ball back. 1st and 10. Throw right side, hauled in by Cut. Here we go. Here's a 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, Stafford. That's into the hands of the tight end, Tyler Higbee. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. On 1st and 10, Stafford. He'll locate Cup. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Injured player on the field, and that is Cooper Kupp. That is a player they cannot lose out of this lineup. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. On the give, it's Williams. And he'll be close to a first down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short. Don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. They'll go with the sneak. And he's going to be brought down right on that yellow line with the official signal. He's got enough for the first down.
When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call. It's kind of hard to choose another play off your call sheet. It's impossible to defend. You can know it's coming, stack the box, whatever you want to do. But most of the time, they'll just drive forward and pick up the first down.
They run over center with Williams. And a pickup of 3 or maybe 4. Patrick Surtain makes the tackle. Here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Stafford. He'll find his tight end in the middle of the field to Tigby.
Just take what the defense is giving you, and you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game. Now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
Now it's Williams. Oh. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. Stafford now. Pass caught right side by Higbee. And he'll get about 5 here as he's out of bounds with a first down.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
Cooper Kupp was the intended receiver, and it'll be 2nd down.
Just doesn't seem to me right now that he's seeing the field very well. I mean, that last possession results in the pick. You'd expect him to come back out here and be a little bit more careful with the ball, find easier completions, find the better matchup. But instead, he puts the ball back in harm's way, and he's lucky that wasn't another interception.
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down. So they'll talk over what to do on this 3rd down play as we have hit the end of the first quarter. It's the Broncos with the early lead. We'll have more from South America and beautiful Sao Paulo after this. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Play action now for Stafford. That is hot. What a job to keep the play alive. Puka Nacua. Touchdown, L.A.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back. Even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan, everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1, What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6. All right, so ultimately, it's a successful play. That's a win for the defense. But that was very close, Mike, to being a 4-point swing. So instead of the offense securing 2 points on that try, if he's able to secure that interception and take it the other way, he would have gotten 2 points for the defense.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos offense about ready to get going on their second possession. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Nix. He'll take a shot with Mims. And he will dive into the end zone. Touchdown, Denver. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. Puka Nacua and this Rams offense come back onto the field. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Stafford. That'll be caught by the running back, Williams. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
What an advantage it brings a defense when you have cornerbacks that are such willing tacklers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field. And this is a great example here why.
Ready.
Second down, it's Stafford. Here's a screen set up to Williams. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
The relationship between the back and the offensive lineman is now the key for the run after catch. You want to make sure those linemen don't get too far down the field where they can't help protect the back. So once the running back catches it, there's a go-go call.
Oh, no chance to get rid of that one. Under a heavy rush, he goes down. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. The Rams use their 3rd and final timeout. Off play action. It's Stafford. Unloads downfield looking for Nacua. And he is short of the goal line, but they are in business at the 1-yard line.
As that play unfolded, Mike, I thought he was going to have a chance to find the end zone for the 2nd time here today. And I'll be honest, if I'm the play caller, by the end of this drive, I might give him one more shot at the end zone. But either way, they got to be thinking coming away here with 6.
They'll try to run it with Williams. No, he's not going to get in. In fact, they've shoved him backwards.
Second and goal this close to the end zone. It makes sense, Mike, to keep the ball on the ground, but what you're not planning for is that you suffer a loss. So give credit to this defense. They've now changed the entire equation. It's third and goal, but they're not so close anymore. That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
This defense holding tight. Now from the 3-yard line, they'll try to stop third and goal. Now Stafford, that's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by Cody Barton.
Oh, and in that spot, Mike, that's just painful to see. If the throw's not there, you want him to just get rid of it. Throw it 50 rows into the stands. Give somebody a souvenir. But worst case scenario, you've got to get to fourth down and have a shot at 3 points. But instead, after that pick, you come away with 0.
They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. Oh, the defense snuffed that one out. He'll lose yardage. Mark him back at the 3. Now, a second down throw for Nix. Going right sideline and complete. And what an effort after the catch. He goes all the way. 97 yards. Touchdown, Denver. The kick by Lutz is good. And the Broncos extend it to a 21-6 advantage. So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's a touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Here come the Rams as their offense trots back onto the field. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. Now the Broncos going to use the first of their timeouts. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Stafford. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down. A shotgun snap to Stafford. He'll let this go. Deep shot for Atwell.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got some history in this battle.
Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Mexico City. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. Here's the Chiefs offense for their first possession, and it's Patrick Mahomes at quarterback.
And when you think of Patrick Mahomes, you start to think about all of his attributes, and you realize very quickly you can't just put him into one box. No matter how the game proceeds, no matter what is needed, he tends to have an answer for it and plays accordingly.
They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Pacheco gets it again on second down. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with third down coming up.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Looking deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. But, man, his first throw, that nearly went the other way. Instead, it's fourth down.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defender's minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on fourth down. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth. Now this time Mahomes will throw. Trying to find his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it off. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy. It's not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
So now here are the Broncos with excellent field position to start off. They'll be led out by their rookie QB, the young man out of Oregon.
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now because it leads to a couple of snaps per game where you just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull that off? Opponents can practice and prepare each and every week all they want. But this guy, he is hard to corral.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Working out of the gun is Nix. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
One of the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. In motion right goes Sutton. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton, 51 yards. And the Broncos take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And Cortland Sutton able to finish things off with the touchdown reception. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Well, this one complete. It's Rashee Rice. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And shutting him off, now open field. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Next, the receivers don't spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. From midfield, here's Mahomes. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 40. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. 3rd and 7 now. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. They go play fake. Mahomes. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 16.
Downfield. Offense.
Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them.
Still 3rd down.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Mahomes now to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
As a former defender, I can feel their sigh of relief after that one, because when he breaks out of the pocket and you face a mobile quarterback, he causes all kind of problems in your secondary. They were able to force that incompletion.
Mahomes throwing on fourth. That is caught. He's got room to roam. And he is going to have the Chiefs first down. And it is a big letdown there defensively. They somehow allowed to convert on 4th and long. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he's got it. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. They'll come out in the pistol. Pacheco gets it up the gut. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
CD, put on your OC cap here. What do? 2nd and 1, you get stuffed. Now 3rd and 1.
You know, in the old days, I would have said we're going to line up and we're going to run the same darn play and we're going to get it right. But nowadays, as tough as defenses are, I want some mobility. I want some movement, putting the ball in the hands of my quarterback and giving him a run-pass option.
And he forced this throw, nearly intercepted in the end zone, but it's incomplete. Fortunately, no turnover, but it is 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
Mahomes going to go on 4th down. And this is going to be intercepted. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. But the good news for them, they got the football. The bad news, they have to go 99 yards here as they start this drive out on their own 1-yard line. They begin the drive with Williams. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Here's 2nd and 7. Not liking the look. They'll change the play. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And on that one, the youngster got caught holding the football a little too long in his own end zone.
And, Brandon, you know how we always talk about the clock that a quarterback has to have in his head when he's passing the ball? It has to speed up when you're backed up like this because you know pressure's coming at you. He'll learn. He's just a rookie.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
We are in for a good one as we're through 1. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter. As they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Snap coming at 1, and it's Mahomes. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. This will be caught once again by Brown. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Another catch for him there, and the numbers starting to stack up a bit. He's closing in already on a 100-yard gain. We're still in the first half. From the 41, this is 2nd and a yard.
Mahomes to throw once more. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 2. Looking to throw is Mahomes.
He gets this one complete to Rice. And he will have a Chiefs first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up.
On the handoff, it's Pacheco.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
They go play action. Now Mahomes.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Down the right sideline.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Throwing Nix.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
To throw is Nix. He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Now they'll audible to something else. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Nix. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
On that snap, he's a hero of his defense after the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Here we go with Williams. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. So he needed the short yardage, Charles. He elected to try to bounce it outside of the outer third, unsuccessful.
Sometimes those plays are stacked up by the defense and there's nowhere to go, so you have to bounce it outside. And some backs just get impatient. They want to go to where they think there's more open territory instead of going where the play was actually blocked. In any case, it didn't work here.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Going to be caught by Rice. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Mahomes. Pass to Brown. He's got it on the crossing route. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 44-yard line. To throw, it's Mahomes, eluding the pressure right. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you.
Now 2nd and 9.
On play action, it's Mahomes. He'll buy some time right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Partner, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Blitz coming, and down he goes. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will cut the lead down to just 2.
So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in this 2nd quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Broncos about set to go on offense. They're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired, CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they want to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on 4th down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
Now they'll change things around before the snap. To throw, here's Nix.
Being chased out left. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Now it's Nix.
This is intercepted. The disaster there, I mean, you saw it coming. The pressure gets knocked down, the interception.
Sometimes the best throw you make is the one you
don't make.
Exactly. Take care of the football. He'll also learn how to shrug his shoulders, take the proper slide steps to alleviate some of the pressure. But occasionally, like the one we just saw, sometimes just hold on to the football and take the hit.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs.
And Xavier Worthy,
35 yards.
And the Chiefs will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Broncos going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Here's 2nd and 3. Working out of the gun is Nix. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
Well, this is a half of not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Nix to the air.
He's going to rifle one deep left side.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
They have been struggling to put points on the board so far. And while you don't want to lump it all on the rookie quarterback, he's definitely the root cause. And all rookies, they have those learning experiences in their first year. What they're hoping for is that he can learn on the fly, work through his struggles against his defense.
Oh, wide open, complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Xavier Worthy as the first half is winding down. And the Chiefs would extend their lead here just before halftime.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Mahomes will throw for it.
And he's got it. So the try for two successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. And the formula there on the two-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that someone, if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Buying time to his left. And that's caught inside the 35. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Let's go now. Check 60. 18, right here.
Here's Nix.
Steps away to his left. And that is incomplete.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback, and the third quarter will start from the 30. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory, down at the 31. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Back to the air with Nix. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that'll be incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Broncos are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. On 2nd and goal, standing alone in the backfield is Williams. They'll give it to him again. And Williams is in for a Denver touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Broncos are back within a score. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at will.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change. Because otherwise, that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
A handoff now for Pacheco. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
31 yards there and a 1st down.
Yellow.
They go play fake. Mahomes rolling to his right. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Steps away. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Marquise Brown, a 7-yard touchdown grab, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's Hollywood Marquise Brown who finishes it off with the touchdown. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Nix. He'll drop this down to Williams. And they'll get him down 2 yards shy after a pickup of 8. 4th and 2. An audible here to get a new look. They'll go for it. Here's Nix. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9. Throwing Nix. Dancing to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Williams. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Mexico City. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. The offense on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play. Well, looks like they'll move things around here. They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line.
Second down and 3.
They run off tackle right with Williams. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score.
Javonte Williams,
His second touchdown of the afternoon.
and the Broncos have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
Lutz good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
And now here comes Kansas City.
Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
Mahomes now to throw.
They'll set up the screen to Pacheco.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Ball on the 39. Here's second down and a yard. Here's Pacheco. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 70 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete.
Nifty footwork at the 45.
Takes this to the 45. Broken tackle. Bought him a little extra space. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5.
Here's Mahomes to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And 3rd and 8 now. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
Andy Reid, some say always unpredictable, and here he says, we're going for it on 4th down. Mahomes takes it himself, and they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down.
Yellow!
Mahomes going to throw.
He'll check this one down to Pacheco.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
They try with Pacheco.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Flush to his right. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Well, here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage downfield was really good. That one falls incomplete.
Now here's Mahomes. They'll roll him out right.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to buy time for his guys to make a play, but in this case, he's surrounded, and all he has room to do is to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to put him a touchdown and a two-point conversion up. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They're looking at a fourth down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. Butker's kick here is good, and that'll push the lead up to 8. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. The Broncos offense and Javonte Williams head out for... This is 1st and 10. Now they'll change things up. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Offenses all over continue to be aggressive, and most people never turn down a shot at a deep ball. But oftentimes, it attracts a little bit of extra attention. And it did on that play, and that one got knocked away.
Back to throw. Forced out to his left. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. He'll look to throw. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Come 19, come 19.
He's back to throw. Well, this is caught by Williams. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. A big play in this football game. 3rd down and 1. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Now a handoff running left. This is Williams. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Here comes 2nd down. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Final 15 seconds here. 2nd down.
And he gets in just in the nick of time, so they get the touchdown they need. Now they need a two-point conversion to tie it.
We'll break down the touchdown later. It's two-point conversion time. Go to your script, pick your play, and go for it.
The late touchdown was only half the battle. Now they need the two-point conversion to tie the ball game. They'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he will get in. The two-point conversion is good. And we may be on our way to overtime. So overtime on the horizon, barring a wild finish here as the kick's away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Here's 1st and 10. Mahomes. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is going to fall to the ground incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Four seconds to go. This is likely it. Here's Mahomes. He's going to take another shot here. And it's knocked away and incomplete. 4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
So 4 quarters couldn't decide it, and it'll be the Chiefs who get the football first in this overtime session. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Opening drive of overtime. Both teams will get a possession, barring a defensive score. Here's 2nd down. It's intercepted. Picked off by Alex Singleton. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. What a gigantic interception here in the first drive of overtime. And now, Charles, with where they're at on the field, I mean, they're already in field goal range to win this thing.
And the head coach is just talking to the special teams coordinator right now and saying, okay, where does he want the ball positioned? Because that's all you're going to do on offense. Move it to that spot. Make sure you take care of the football and probably 3rd down, kick the field goal, and try and win this game.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. And now an audible here into something else. To throw. Here's Nix. And it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
They need to get this to the 24 on third down.
60 by 6, 60 by 6.
Nix to the air. That's taken in left side by Vele. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. In overtime, you have to be smarter than that.
A personal foul just can't happen. Have to have poise.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. That was an excellent come-from-behind victory.